Good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Kubera and library credits. LBC has jumped up 60% to 8.7. Now it's dropping a little bit. So let us go to library. Let's cash out. Woo, like 12 library credits. And hey, I'll always cash out if it goes up. Always, always. If you are going to cash out, whether it's this or anything else, and it already has risen 10, 20, 30, 40%. That is your go. That is your cue. That's time to sell. So we're going to go. Oh, it jumped up to 8.7283. And I'm excited about this, but today's video is actually going to be about Bitcoin going to $30,000. So the market cap has surpassed 75% of the way to $1 trillion. Bitcoin's dominance is very close to 71%. We are at 29,127, but we actually surpassed this. And we are very, very close to $30,000 right now. The total market cap, $540 billion for just Bitcoin alone. Guys, my name is Michael Kubera. I made a new channel. The link is going to be down in the description below. It's a personal brand name channel. Subscribe if you haven't just yet. It is the last few hours here before the new year. Happy New Year's already to... no, not there. Happy New Year's to Samoa. And New Zealand is next. So that is in 45 minutes. It's 11:16 in the morning over here. But guys, I'm excited already. Alaska and California and Hawaii have joined us into the New Year's Eve day. So let us travel into 2021 with good vibes. No, really, let's hopefully see Bitcoin get $30,000. Let's roll the intro. All right, so we're on CoinX. I don't really like this platform, but this is where I cash out my LBC. I cashed out 122.2 on the 27th, and then before that 388. In an upcoming 12 days, I will receive my 350 free LBC. I get free LBC just for being a content creator. Guys, if you're a YouTuber, especially if you're a cryptocurrency YouTuber, get on the library. It will reward you with free Bitcoin, essentially, because you're able to exchange this for Bitcoin, or you're able to keep it. Who knows, if you really believe in the platform. We cashed out 562 last month, and then the month before that 467. So let us go to library and let's discuss about Bitcoin. If you haven't heard about library, it is a decentralized social media platform. Here we are, library.tv. And sometimes it's a little bit glitchy, but it is what it is. At least there's no censorship. Oh, there's my latest video, $29,000. We have 11.97. And if you go to your rewards, you're able to see, okay, cool. When I get to 100 followers, I'm going to get 50. I'm going to be able to claim 100 just for getting 10 views, 10 points per day. We're getting there for 2,500. We've already claimed a fair amount of points. I'm going to get 350. Sometimes it's actually 351, 352. I don't know why. It just gives me a random extra few LBC. Sure, why not? So we're going to be able to claim that in 11 days. This just for reposting content creators, but you have to have 75 followers, very close with 59. Guys, if you have a library, follow me. The link will be also in the description below. And in 2 hours, 6 minutes, we'll be able to claim. So let's see. Let's forget about that 2 hours. Yes, we have some LBC we can claim. Let's send that over to CoinX. Let's sell that for Bitcoin, because any amount you're able to send, any amount over, I think it was 0.1, yeah, your minimum deposit is 0.1. So let's do that. And if Bitcoin's going up, even if it's just a cent, I want it. There we go. We have claimed our tips. Very, very easy. Now we're going to go to our wallet while we're already in it. 15.4, we're able to send 15.4, so we're going to do that. 15.4, very, very easily. Send, and we have sent it. There we go. You sent 15.4. In probably 30 to 60 minutes, that's going to confirm. So where is Bitcoin at currently? Why is it there? Bitcoin prices in 2020. Here's what happened. For many reasons, 2020 will loom large in future textbooks on financial history. Of course it will. This is the year that Bitcoin fell below $4,000, and it's also the year that's very similar to 2017. Back in December, Bitcoin was rising heavily, but back then, the all-time high was just slightly over $20,000. And now we beat that all-time high, and we're beating the all-time high every week, every single day, actually. So, woo! If we could get to 30,000, that would be pretty crazy. But even if we don't, 29,200, 29,300, that is still not bad at all for this year. That means people who put in their $1,200 stimulus checks, if you put it in, I think it was back at like 10,000 bucks, you already more than doubled your money. If you sell, even with fees, you are a happy man right now. Some people will continue to hold because they don't really care about that $1,200. They're pretty good financially. But guys, if you don't have any money, or for some reason you expect to lose your job or whatever, obviously now's the time to sell if you made money, because, hey, you made money. Cash out your profits. Bitcoin returns versus gold at S&P 500 2020. So as we see, Bitcoin is 160.4% since December 12th. S&P 500 only 13.73%. And gold's doing a little bit better, but still at 21.6%. So not that great, really. But gold still had a good year because of what was going on with the Black Swan event. And it's better to get 5-10% because you're beating inflation anyways, because there's a lot of people that just are holding their money in their bank accounts and they're like, yeah, my bank's paying me 0.002%. Woohoo, I'm making money. No, you're not. You're losing money. But that's great for kids. When I was a kid, I put my money into a savings account for like a year, and then I realized, whoa, this is pretty crap. So I was like 12 years old. The dollar dominates the central bank reserves. So let's zoom in on this. 2009 Q4 shares of US dollars is 60, just a little bit over 60%. Shares of Q4 2015, it's risen to over 65%, and then it fell back down very close to 60% in 2019 Q3. Euro has fallen down since 2009, so that's an interesting thing to look at. And the amount of pound sterling, well, you couldn't really see that in 2009 or 2015, while now GBP is in there. So back in March and April, the coronavirus pandemic hit, lockdowns began. We had the Black Swan event. Stocks started going down. A lot of people lost money, even Warren Buffett. Some billionaires came out of it because, hey, the Zoom guy, he made Zoom, and everybody wanted suddenly webcams and microphones, and I couldn't even get anyone. People started working remote, online classes, all of that, and thanks to that, Bitcoin, whose prices had hit a 5-month high around 10,500 in February, slipped below 8,000, and then 4,000, and it was a huge sell-off, and it hit $3,850. But eventually, the prices came roaring back, and Bitcoin came to $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. It was very, very stable, around $9,000, $9,500. Wall Street investors started heavily investing. March, April market turmoil provided a real-time test of Bitcoin's potential as hedge against currency debasement. Here's what it dropped pretty heavily. Bitcoin prices tank. Bitcoin prices recover, and then bam, it hit 10,000 bucks. It recovered in about a month or two time. That wasn't bad at all. And everything was recovering at this time. Some 10 months after the coronavirus pandemic hit global markets and the economy, the Federal Reserve is still using freshly printed electronic money to buy U.S. treasuries and government-backed mortgage bonds, currently at a rate of 120 billion bucks a month. In doing so, the central bank is indirectly financing the U.S. government's budget deficit, which surged to a record $3.1 trillion in the fiscal year, more than twice the prior record of $1.4 trillion set in 2009. So this is something that you really, really have to look out for. I see increased taxes. I see increased inflation rates down the line. It may not happen in 2021. I think it might be spread out over the next few years, but it is something to just keep in mind that a lot of Americans lost their jobs. The deficit is something that a lot of Americans don't even really look at sometimes. And you guys, you have to understand that the rate that we're burning through money right now is not good. The Congressional Budget Office has forecasted a deficit of $1.8 trillion for the current fiscal year, remaining above $1 trillion every year through 2030. That's not good. U.S. government debt held by the public, which started 2020 at an already lofty $23 trillion, has now surged to $27 trillion. So where's the ceiling going to end? I mean, is it going to be 30, 40, 50 trillion, $100 trillion? Where is it going to end? Inflation. The dollar is losing its value. This is not good. So as we see, the amount of debt just like so that's not really great. There was the Bitcoin halving event in May, so a lot of people got really excited around that. Bitcoin's annual inflation rate. There was the summer of DeFi, a lot of DeFi stuff happening. and a lot of risk involved with that as well. The first sign of the DeFi frenzy arrived in mid-June when the autonomous lending platform Compound released its proprietary COP tokens for public trading. At the time, users had stocked some $163 million of collateral into the project for loans, and then the market capitalization of Compound grew to nearly $785 million. Even Compound's founder acknowledged the hysteria because the asset was so new, there was a lot of speculative fervor. Then it hit $1 billion. Ooh, so it was the first DeFi unicorn. Ethereum versus Bitcoin daily settlement value. So it really started rising in terms of the billions due to the rise of stablecoins at Ethereum. Ethereum now settles significantly more value for Bitcoin, more value than Bitcoin daily. So there was that time during the summer when a lot of people were looking to buy Ethereum because of DeFi. They wanted to go back into wrapped Ethereum. They wanted to go into wrapped Bitcoin. They wanted to buy some speculative DeFi projects. They wanted to get onto Wire, that craze that went up to $40,000. Prices began to soar not just for Ether, but for a veritable parade of tokens associated with DeFi projects. Aave, Chainlink, Curve, and Yam, Spaghetti, Sushi, all this random crap. Every derivatives trader that was looking for incremental yield and leveraged returns has been besotted by the magnitude of moves in DeFi. So naturally, cost of capital dictates at least some attention that way. Big crypto exchanges such as Binance started rolling out DeFi offerings, and Binance also bought out CoinMarketCap. The headlines just kept getting zanier. So total value locked US dollars in DeFi. This is crazy. It surged past $1 billion, and now it is approaching $20 billion. So that is just a lot of DeFi projects. That's a lot of money locked in. That's a lot of loads. That's a lot of interest. That's a lot of profits for some people. So, hey, here's a cheers to all the new Bitcoin and DeFi millionaires. Bitcoin's digital gold narratives takes hold among big investors, and prices shoot past $20,000 to a new all-time high in October through December. A lot of institutional investors started getting on board. A lot of Bitcoin analysts were bullish. I think cryptocurrency is here to stay, said Chief Investment Officer for the big mutual fund company BlackRock Investments. There was endorsements from Skybridge Capital, Alliance Bernstein, Mass Mutual, huge Wall Street big boys. MicroStrategy bought over $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. You had the Guggenheim Museum. In hindsight, Bitcoin was the biggest winner from the coronavirus crisis of 2020, especially with few analysts projecting that the economy will return to its former strength anytime soon. If that's the case, it's possible that trillions of dollars of stimulus for governments and central banks around the world might be needed on an ongoing basis to nurse any recovery. So that's just crazy. Oh man, I'm excited to see where it's all going to go in 2021.